From massive fault lines stretching for miles to colossal canyons carved by powerful earthquakes, the Earth's surface is scarred with enormous cracks that serve as a testament to its immense power. In today's countdown of the top 15 widest cracks on Earth, we begin with number 15, the Tater Hills in Arizona. Back in 2017, the Arizona Geological Survey discovered a giant fissure nearly 2 miles long, making it the largest in the area. While fissures have appeared in the Arizona desert since the early 20th century, caused by overpumping groundwater faster than aquifers can replenish, this particular crack startled researchers with its size. Drones were deployed to safely capture visuals, revealing the extent of the damage. Tater Hills has experienced fissures since 1977, and today, the area holds over 11 miles of them, though such cracks don't appear overnight. It is believed this fissure began forming around 2013 or 2014, with a significant collapse occurring a few years later. Moving to number 14, we find the Black Point fissures near Mono Lake in California's Eastern Sierra. Unlike Arizona's groundwater-related fissures, these cracks are volcanic in origin, formed about 13,000 years ago when an underwater eruption created fractures later solidified by chemical reactions with hot water. The result was expansion cracks with vertical sides, some over 50 feet deep and wide enough to walk through. Number 13 takes us to Iceland, where the dramatic Lusfelska Gorge lies along the mid-Atlantic ridge. Shaped by diverging tectonic plates and volcanic processes, the fissure carries local folklore of a reckless youth meeting his end within its depths, adding a mystical aura. Visitors who enter are greeted by moss-covered walls, trickling water, and sunlight filtering through narrow passages, creating an enchanting atmosphere. Finally, at number 12, Oregon's Crack in the Ground presents a 2-mile fissure vent plunging nearly 70 feet deep. Formed millions of years ago by volcanic and tectonic forces, this high desert landmark near Christmas Valley allows visitors to descend into the Earth itself and experience firsthand the raw forces that shaped the region's rugged landscape. During volcanic events, fractures form in the Earth's crust, and over time, erosion deepens and exposes these fissures. Walking through Oregon's Crack in the Ground feels like stepping into a natural chasm, surrounded by towering rock walls that reveal the layers of the Earth's crust. This geological wonder offers a tangible glimpse into the region's tumultuous history, inviting visitors to imagine the powerful forces that once shaped it. At number 11, we come to Le Puydon Fair, also known as the Pit of Hell, located in France's Auvergne region. This striking collapsed doline, about 30 feet deep and 100 feet long, was formed by erosion along seaside cliffs and carries with it both geological fascination and sinister legends. While one tale speaks of a shepherd who stumbled upon a hidden underground paradise filled with sparkling crystals, darker stories claim it to be an entrance to the underworld. Beyond legend, the pit also holds a chilling true story. In 1949, the body of wealthy Parisian Robert Taylor was discovered inside, his corpse identified through a waterlogged trunk. The investigation revealed his housekeeper, André Ferrer, had murdered him in a plot to steal his fortune, a crime later said to have inspired Alfred Hitchcock's Vertigo. Moving on to number 10, Iceland's Rift Valley offers a living example of continental rifting, where the North American and Eurasian plates are slowly pulling apart. This process, linked to the mid-Atlantic ridge, causes the land between the plates to sink, forming a visible valley flanked by dramatic cliffs. Unlike most rift valleys hidden beneath the ocean, this one lies partially above sea level inside a national park, making it uniquely accessible. A footbridge, aptly named the Lucky Bridge after explorer Leif Erikson, spans the divide, symbolizing the connection between continents. At number 9, we travel to Italy's Amalfi Coast to find Valle dei Mulini, or the Valley of the Mills, a site that shows cracks in the earth are not always destructive. Once a bustling industrial hub in the Middle Ages, this valley was home to water mills that harnessed river power to grind wheat and other grains. The mills supported the local economy for centuries, but by the 1940s, the site was abandoned as milling moved elsewhere. Today, the valley is overgrown with lush greenery, its brick ruins reclaimed by nature. The hauntingly beautiful scene feels like a glimpse into a world after humanity, with crumbling structures standing as silent reminders of a once thriving community. The overgrown facades of Valle dei Molini tell the story of a once thriving milling industry, now overtaken by nature's resilience. Visitors wandering through the ruins can almost hear the echoes of the bustling mills that once filled the valley with life. Today, the decaying buildings stand against a backdrop of lush greenery and cascading vines, creating a hauntingly beautiful scene that evokes both nostalgia and timelessness. At number 8, we arrive at one of the most iconic cracks in the world, Kjærbolten in Norway. This breathtaking natural phenomenon, perched 3,200 feet above the Lysefjord, is a massive boulder wedged between two sheer cliffs. Estimated to weigh several hundred tons, the boulder has become a magnet for adventurers, hikers, and photographers alike. Its origin traces back to the last glaciation, around 50,000 BC, when retreating glaciers and rebounding rock formations left it suspended in its precarious position. Today, reaching the stone requires traversing rugged terrain, steep inclines, and narrow trails, but the reward is unforgettable, standing atop the boulder with panoramic views stretching across fjords and mountains, heart-pounding at the dizzying drop beneath. Number 7 takes us underground to Slovenia, home to the magnificent Scotchen Caves, a UNESCO World Heritage Site and one of the world's most remarkable karst formations. Carved over millennia by the Reka River, this labyrinth of subterranean passages, towering chambers, and cascading waterfalls offers visitors a mesmerizing glimpse into Earth's natural wonders. The caves boast features such as limestone pools, travertine terraces, and colossal stalagmites, while also providing a habitat for rare cave-dwelling species, including unique fish and bat colonies. Among the highlights is Martel's Chamber, one of the largest underground canyon systems in the world, with walls soaring over 330 feet high. Archaeological evidence suggests humans lived here more than 10,000 years ago, adding cultural depth to its natural beauty. Today, visitors can walk across bridges spanning vast chasms, marvel at the cave's acoustics, and imagine myths of dragons hoarding treasure in its shadowy depths. At number 6, we move to Iceland's Silfrafjörður in Ingvellir National Park. Formed by the slow separation of the North American and Eurasian tectonic plates, this underwater chasm is one of the world's top dive sites. Known for its crystal-clear glacial meltwater and the extraordinary chance to swim between two continents, Silfra offers a once-in-a-lifetime experience where geology, adventure, and beauty converge beneath the surface. Silfra's formation is attributed to the powerful tectonic activity that defines Iceland's landscape, where the North American and Eurasian plates diverge at a rate of about 2 centimeters per year. This gradual movement has created a network of fissures and rifts, including Silfra, where the continents continue to pull apart. Over time, glacial meltwater from Langjökull, Iceland's second-largest glacier, seeped through porous volcanic rock and filled the fissure with crystal-clear water. Its remarkable clarity comes from this unique natural filtration process, which removes nearly all impurities and sediment, creating visibility of more than 300 feet. Divers and snorkelers who venture into Silfra find themselves in an underwater world where every detail is perfectly visible. The fissure is divided into several sections with poetic names such as the Silfra Cathedral and Silfra Lagoon, each offering different depths and widths that make for a dynamic experience ranging from narrow canyons to open chambers. The vibrant colors of the surrounding rock, combined with the clarity of the glacial water, transform every moment into a sensory delight. Though geologically young, Silfra is a direct product of Iceland's ongoing tectonic and volcanic activity, making it a living example of Earth's constant transformation. At number 5, we travel to Oregon, United States, home to Thor's Well, a mesmerizing natural spectacle often called the drainpipe of the Pacific. Perched on Oregon's rugged coastline, this collapsed sea cave appears to swallow the ocean before violently spewing it back out, creating the illusion of a giant sinkhole in the surf. The well measures 20 to 30 feet across and about 20 feet deep, formed over time by relentless wave erosion that first hollowed out a cave and then collapsed its roof. During high tides and storms, the surging waves funnel into the hole and shoot upward in dramatic bursts, resembling a natural geyser. The contrast of foaming water against jagged dark rock makes for one of the most breathtaking displays along the Pacific coast. While stunning, Thor's Well is also dangerous, with slippery rocks and unpredictable waves, demanding caution from those who come to witness its power. Number 4 takes us to Nepal's Himalayas and the infamous Khumbu Icefall, a daunting gateway to Mount Everest. This vast expanse of towering ice walls, shifting crevasses, and precarious snow bridges lies along the southern route to Everest's summit. It is a place of both dazzling beauty and deadly peril. As the Khumbu Glacier flows over steep slopes and rocky terrain, it fractures under immense stress, forming gaping crevasses that can span tens of meters in width and plunge over 20 meters deep. Climbers crossing this icy labyrinth must use ladders to bridge the gaps, carefully balancing as the glacier shifts beneath them. Constantly in motion, the icefall changes from year to year, making it one of the most treacherous stretches on the journey to the world's tallest peak. At number 3, we turn to Hawaii's Kamoamoa Fissure eruption of 2011, one of the most spectacular volcanic events of recent times. Located on the Big Island within Kilauea's East Rift Zone, the eruption followed months of unrest, including rising lava lakes, swelling ground, and swarms of earthquakes. On March 5, 2011, magma surged from beneath the surface, tearing open a 2-mile-long fissure. Lava fountains shot into the air, and rivers of molten rock carved their way through forests, consuming everything in their path. For days, the fiery display continued, until March 8th, when the Western Fissure unleashed a fast-moving with macron flow that transformed the landscape. The Kamoamoa Fissures remain a vivid reminder of the island's volcanic origins, where new land is forged from fire and destruction. At number 2, we arrive at the East African Rift, a geological scar stretching more than 1,800 miles from the Gulf of Aden in the north to Zimbabwe in the south. Here, the African Plate, splitting into the Somali and Nubian plates, tearing the continent apart. This dramatic process became vividly apparent in 2009, when a massive crack suddenly appeared in southwestern Kenya, swallowing part of the Nairobi-Narok Highway. Some sections were over 20 feet wide, evidence of the immense tectonic forces reshaping Africa's future. Scientists predict that in tens of millions of years, the rift will open into a new ocean, separating the Horn of Africa from the rest of the continent. Unlike other rift systems hidden beneath the sea, the East African Rift offers a rare chance to witness continental breakup in action. Finally, at number 1, we return to Iceland, where Grjótagja, a rocky crevice near Lake Mævin, tops the list. This ancient lava cave conceals a striking geothermal hot spring, its azure waters glowing in sharp contrast to the dark basalt walls around it. Formed along the mid-Atlantic ridge, where the Eurasian and North American plates diverge, Grjótagja's fissure was widened by volcanic and geothermal activity. Snowmelt and rainwater seep into the earth, where they are heated by magma before rising into the cave as steaming, mineral-rich water. For centuries, locals bathed in its warm embrace, and the cave later served as a hideout for John Markison, an 18th-century outlaw. Today, Grjótagja is not only a natural marvel but also a cultural landmark, combining Iceland's dramatic geology with its storied past.